Oke, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Uh, First of all, allow me introduce myself. My name is Aditya Ramadan from class 4B, and my number students is 206310410. Now I wanna explain about examinations in speaking in academic context, especially in question number one. Okay, the question is the best method, in my opinion, is a direct method. So I want to explain to you about direct method. So introduction is uh, language of oral. Language of oral is always important role in the politics and the government. Journalism, foreign, is used to describe people, jobs, and activities to countries that are not the country of the person or government concerned process of learning. Oral proficiency in something that you show ability or skill at it. And it are also a basic rule in the language or foreign. The strategy of communication is important to oral ability. Direct methods focus the students to communicate with each other using the target or result that you are trying to achieve in the classroom. Okay. The definitions is direct methods should be connected directly with target language without translation into native language. The aim is to provide language learners with a particularly useful to know the communication. To understand the communication is good mention something. Rather than translating the teaching material, the teacher is accepted to directly use the target language in the class because a language can best be taught by it actively in the classroom. Okay, and the direct method is called the natural method. It's very popular, which enables the students to do a particular thing, which give the opportunity to the student communicate, share, and exchange the informations. This forward by Larson Freeman, 1986, and then the another advance in uh, speaking academic context, which proof the journal is a direct methods help the student to understand the language that help with each of language that depend upon the use of sentences, how to communicate with each other, not for words. That's forward by Fitter and 1882, and the direct method which criticize that the teacher which are speak uh, ability to, I'm sorry, are speak the native like ability. So it is a forward by Richards and Roger 2007. So why I choose the direct method is the best way to teaching senior high school, because the definitions make sense for me to use in real time to implement in senior high school. So and this teaching procedure, after I read several journal about direct method, the teacher should explain about associate the meaning, truth, action, and demonstrations. This time, learners who is learning about the particular subject are in this grammar rules, truth, illustration, and demonstrations. This method act the teacher, student to student, teacher to student, and student to student. Correct pronunciation is given careful attention in this method. New vocabulary is taught by using known words. So that's the teaching procedures. After I read the journal, I draw my opinion about the characteristic and technique of direct method. Characteristic of direct methods got a 5 point. In my opinion, is the grammar and the two spoke English language. Number three, effect of Q&A, question and answer sessions. Number four, concept of teaching and vocabulary. And the last is visual materials. For the techniques, I got the 7 point. For the technique is just how to use direct methods properly. Choosing one of seven from this technique, I think, and one is reading aloud that other people can hear you. It's like implement in the class. Number two, Q&A. Number three, dictations. Number four, fill in the blank exercise. Number five, student self-corrections. Number six, oral communication. Number seven, language skills, reading, speaking, listening skills. And Before we use that techniques, we have to know about role of the teachers. Out of the teacher role in this method is as a director of the class, the student's role is more active when compared to the grammar translation method. Teachers and students are more like partners in the learning process. The teacher who use this method force students to understand the meaning of the target language directly. The interactions of between teachers and student goes into directions either from teachers to students or from students to teacher, but most interactions runs from teacher to students. Don't forget about role of students. If you want to success using the direct method, you have to know about role of students. Students are motivated to be able mention and understand the words and sentences in a foreign language and taught by the teacher, especially when the teacher uses teaching aids and various kind of fun media. Okay, and the second is this method is usually the first teachers teaches simple words and sentences that can be understood. uh, how to say, like known by students in everyday language, for example, like direct students to know about ingredient stuff or things around them. And then for the last uh, role of student, this method uses relatively many kind of teaching aids, like you can use film, you can use radio, you can use tab maybe, and various media or props, so you can develop your method teaching beyond. Okay, and then this method attracts students interest because they already feel happy and interested. The lesson is not difficult. I think that's why I choose the direct methods is the best way to teach in a senior high school. Okay, my honorable lectures, my Mr. Elias. I hope you can understand if you see this video until this time. I glad to thank you and uh, at least last but at least assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.